Well, good day, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up, and this is your weekend edition for Friday, the 12th of February, 2023. I want to start off wishing all the moms out there a happy Mother's Day. Thank you all, mine included. Thank you, Mom. And, you know, this has been a hard trading week. I had one of the worst weeks I've had in a year. Okay, it happens. You dust yourself off and you go, it was just what it is. I looked at every trade I made, recommended, did whatever. They didn't work. I was batting probably 1,000, not working. It happens, all right? You step back. So I already know next week, and I want you to hear this, I'm going to be gone middle of the week. Booked myself out, going to beautiful Florida for a few days and sit with my buddies and have a great time. And I'll be back on Sunday, but I won't be putting out on Sunday this update. You're just not going to get a weekly edition. Got it? A couple of days for me. Wash the brain, come back and be better at it. Now, that's how you do it. You walk away sometimes. It's like anything else. You got to know when to pick up the chips and just say, need a break. Nothing's going my way. The cards aren't coming. What should work, the high percentages aren't working right now. Okay. Why did it happen? Probably because of the mix of what's going on to a large degree. The debt ceiling. The question as to whether or not the Fed is now going to go into the pause phase. I think those are exceptionally important, real important. And I don't think the market has a real handle. There's fear. Do I think we'll go into the default? Nope. What do I think will happen? I think it was a very positive sign. I expected it. I've been writing about it and saying it here, that at the end of the day, we're going to get an extension. And I think that what happened is the staffers got together. They're making a list, making it twice. Doesn't that sound like that poem? Who's going to be naughty and nice? And they're doing that. And they're going to get back and say, hey, here's what we can agree on. Here's what we disagree on. In order to resolve this, here's your points. We got to have more meetings on it. We've got this. Why don't we just, at least we know where we're at with things and how close and how far away we are, go for an extension. And that's what I think is going to happen. Now, while both the president and Mr. McCarthy said, no, we don't want it, that gave them the political cover to do it, because now they're both doing something they didn't want to do. And they've agreed, hey, we don't like it, but it's what's necessary. Let us get this job done. And that's what you're going to hear, in my opinion. I'll be so surprised that they come up and they say, we've solved your problems, we've agreed on everything, and here you are, folks. Don't worry about it. This is it, and here's how the budget's going to work and all. Do you believe that? That isn't going to happen. So when I look at the gold market, you wouldn't know it, but it closed up 0.75 percentage point for the week. I certainly don't feel like that. I feel like I've been wrung out in the market. You're fighting a huge battle where you've been. I drew this line months ago, many months ago, and said, I'm going to look for that to be the resistance. I went to that old peak. Well, you're over it by all of, on a closing basis here, $5. You heard what I said, $5. I feel good. That was a reasonable call. Now, when we look at the chart, the market coming up, and you've still got the pattern of higher lows, higher highs. I like that. Now, I'm building here my suite of indicators without window envelopes. All of these are available on TradingView in a suite we've put together. In order to activate the suite, you got to go to our website, iraepstein.com, and under software, go give it a click on the top right. You will see it. Click it. You'll see TradingView, click it, and that's where you get your suite. It will include, by the way, where you can light up outside days, because I think they're so important. You're going to get my version with this of the Bollinger Bands with the slow stochastics, my version. So everything I've got is there for you, and then you just look at the charts and you get your daily numbers and you put them in for the window envelopes, and you're exactly what I have. So if you're interested, it's there. Obviously, it's there for you, for those of you that use my charting software, and there's quite a few of you. All right. So as I look at this, you're overbought in an uptrend against the upper Bollinger Band resistance, still bullish. Nothing here says that the trend isn't up, but there's one part that bothers me. And that's that you're overbought and you refuse to embed. When you refuse to embed and you're overbought, how you correct it is these numbers will drop. And if they drop, you're probably going to get back to 1935. So be cautious. You have to embed and you're not even trying. In the gold-silver ratio, the daily charts turned as they should have way before the weekly, which have now turned and you're over the 83 level. So silver's losing to gold in a big manner. It's also got a downtrend, but it's staying over the 18-day average. You lost the embedded reading. To me, this is the market that's going to go down to the 23.36 level and fight a battle there. It's almost $3 off from the most recent high that the market made in the 26.20 area. Very important. Why is this down? In part because copper's falling apart. Copper's falling apart because if you're looking at the growth within China and the exports out of China, it is not good. It is bad. And if they're not exporting a lot, they're the world's largest consumer, 50% of the world copper. And if they're not using as much pressure, well, the same happens in silver. Now, silver is used in batteries of all type, electronics of all types. So it gives you an idea. It's still an industrial metal. I laugh at when people tell me silver is a precious metal. It is at $24. It is not a precious metal. Platinum is 1,070. Let's call that, yes. You want a platinum wedding ring? That's a precious metal. Gold's the ultimate at the 2,000 level. But $24 and you're telling me silver's a precious metal? Nonsense. Lower highs, trying that at least. This week's high, is that a lower high? What's the high there? 1137.90. It's a higher high. It visually looks like it's lower, but it's a higher high and higher low. Still very bullish on the chart, but overbought, keeps running into the Bollinger Band and thrown back. And the dollar surprised me. I didn't expect it to be as strong as it came out. Once it cleared this week, last week's high, game was over because it went off and made the lows first. And once it got through that, neutral's back to the 18-day average. Why is the dollar getting a bid? Debt ceiling? Oh, I would think so. If we don't solve it, and if the U.S. gets into default, what happens to other countries? The ripple effect is monstrous. You think Miss Yellen didn't hear about that at the G7? You're seriously wrong. So people are buying that, and that's one of the things holding up the bonds and the notes. People are buying those and going, guys, until you solve it, I want some protection, and that's what's happening there. Will it hold up like that if they can resolve it? Probably not. But you got to be patient and wait that out. So as I talk all these indicators, do you understand the jargon and how to work with them? Well, we put together our guide to technical indicators. There's 2 of them. They're free to you. And you will cover price charts, bar, candlestick, all those type of things, chart patterns. Then we're going to get how do you draw trend lines, how do you look at different patterns in the market and so on. The different oscillators, relative strength, slow stochastics, MACD, it's all there. The spreads, how do you work with some of the angles that are in the chart. Price time is the Arun indicator on our website. Ag primer, options. Options are important for some traders. And of course, money management, all the good principles. How do you get this? It's actually pretty simple. All you need to do is go to our website. Under free offers, it's there. You can move your cursor to the top here. When you do so, there'll be an icon. Give it a click. It'll take you right to that area too. I'm Ira Epstein. Happy Mom's Day. I will catch you all Monday.